Hey, everybody, this is Dan Nolan, the managing broker of Exit Realty Solutions out of Griffith, Indiana. Soon to be out of Schererville. We'll have some more information about that coming up. Proudly serving both sides of the Illinois and Indiana border, making happy homeowners one by one. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. It is something that is going to be, let's say it's going to be a little bit jam packed with everything you need to know about getting into the weekend, getting some wind in your sails, and hopefully some contacts that will lead you to business. And that's what this business is all about. We're going to talk about that as well. Let's start with the news. The May totals are out. Indiana housing market is a little bit tighter than last month. And it's going to be around, and both states are suffering because of lack of new listings. Down 17% in Indiana, but yet the price went up. So as you can see, supply and demand is actually working the way it was designed. No supply, higher demand, higher people will pay for those items. It works in retail, it works in housing, it works with cars, depending on depreciation. Um, we are looking at a really tough market when it comes to selection. So please be patient with our clients. It's not easy trying to find a house that you are quote unquote looking for that dream house when that dream house isn't coming to market because they got a 2.75% interest rate on their mortgage. Another problem. So as we go through things, I'm going to have more suggestions for you on how to create your business going forward. Illinois was also just as bad. The Illinois numbers are a little bit different in a way that inventory has dropped more than in Indiana. I am looking at the numbers for Illinois right now. Days on the market did drop because the inventory dropped. Median sales prices did go up, which is that supply and demand. So as you see the sales price figure on the screen there and the inventory numbers as they were collected, you can see how supply and demand is going to change everything. So let's keep an eye on our inventory. Let's take care of our inventory and let's create more inventory. That will help us all around. But the median sales price here, this is not good for overall inflation picture for the United States. This is just Indiana. But you can see here, this inflation is also going to cause more interest rate concerns for those who set those rates. And Jerome Powell is watching the housing inventory, as he said in his last meeting. But yeah, 22% down from last year. That's a huge decrease, and it's probably going to cause a couple of people to want to get out of the business. If you see people who haven't been doing anything, maybe make a phone call and just say, hey, before you fall out of the business, maybe you should give Exit a try. We have a plan. It's called Rolling the Wheel. It's just a matter of doing every day. The more the effort, the more you'll get. And that's really true about anything. The more effort, if you ever, like let's say dating, the more effort you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. Especially when you target what you want. There's a good analogy. Um, Moving on, we are going to be introducing a product that's going to help get there. The product is called Wise Agent. We're already starting to roll out on this, and we want to bring it to your attention. Wise Agent drops an email to me every day. It encourages me to get right back on the platform. So I get on the platform, and the platform is actually very easy. I've been starting to put in some of my details of my schedule into Wise Agent. You can change these colors, like this one on Independence Day. If you just click on it, it reminds you that it's Independence Day. Um, this is for me to market for the office and for my business. These are great ideas for you to be on your social media, just to introduce the concept of realtors were on it. But I am going to be doing a little bit more this weekend as far as understanding Wise Agent. You go up to the help button, it will bring you to a resource center. And this resource center, I started with uh, just to get started. I found I had it queued up. Sorry, getting started with Wise Agent. This is where I started just to get a concept of what the platform's all about, and it gave me a great idea to get myself more organized, detail oriented on my day to day. And I'm going to be looping that into my calendar. But take a look at Wise Agent and getting started with the Wise Agent app for right now. And I'll send out a link so that everyone can get started with taking a look at that. We're also going to be making another change. We're going to be migrating out of zip forms, and we're going to be migrating into dot. We have already moved all the documents from Illinois and Indiana into dot. So we are going to make a casual conversion, a conversion to dot loop in the next week or two. So take a look at some of the emails we'll be sending out. Watch how we grow, because without growing, we're not earning. And that's really important to stay in this business, is a continuous flow of income. One of the things that I'm noticing in my own schedule because of Wise Agent is the fact that I want to build our business, which means that I need to sponsor. And when I think about it that way, it almost made me think, well, I got into real estate as a real estate agent, but now my role has changed. So now I need to change a few things too. And one of them would be sponsorship. And I'm thinking, bringing people into the business is, it's not the easiest of jobs. It's always seems like it's always a hassle. But when you have ends meet at the end of the month, because you sponsored in one more person, and that helped you put your ends together, or it helped you get to that ship goal that you have at the end of the year. You want to go take a cruise. But your sponsorship is the way for you to get out of real estate once and for all. If you had 10 producers, do you think you need to go out to FISBOs and Dornac? It's one of those things you should really take seriously as we develop our office into a teaching office, a learning office, an education center, and a agent production center. We all want it. We all want you. We all have the tools to help you grow. It's a matter of effort to help. And I'm putting in the effort. I'm hoping that you get the idea that sometimes it's just not signs and yards, but it's also you bring to the office, and that's all it is. Hey, I heard that. I heard you didn't have a sale this year yet. Would you like to think about how to change that? Let me give you my number. Let me get your number and let me have the manager. Let me get your number and let me have my, because there are some things that could fill your life if you just, and that's all it is. It's a soft handoff from you to Libby or I, and we will take it from there. So really, sponsoring as a broker is rather quite easy. Hey, I saw you struggling before you lose, before you can't afford the license, or before your next fee is due. Why don't you talk to my broker about the successful things that agents do? And we'll get you plugged into that. Those are some things that are going to be very critical as we go through this cycle of quote unquote future depression, recession. Those are the things that are going to keep houses from going to market. We want to be able to supplement our income when those things happen. Well, there's two things that you can do. You can also, re-educate yourself into the genres that are going to be popular in the next 6 months, which includes foreclosures. We'll be doing some foreclosure seminars coming up where it'll be an in-office meeting where Libby and I show exactly what a foreclosure is, what it means, what the timelines look like, and how you can save people not just their equity that's in their homes, which is a new thing, uh, but also help them into the next venture in their life, getting them another down the road. Because remember, short sales that don't actually sell and go into the actual foreclosure process, those owners are not qualified to get another FHA loan for 7 years. When if you do save a customer from foreclosure, they only have a 3-year abatement. So there is, I mean, they can get back on their course in a matter of no time, just create, better credit profile so you can get back into the program in 3 years versus being a renter for life. And I would rather we save them all or at least try because it will make a better overall picture for all of us. And that's the right thing to do. If you can save anybody from a bad decision, our job is to speak up and give them guidance. If they take it, that's on them. If they don't take it, it's on them. But our job is to guide and be the true north on how housing in a individual basis will work for everyone. So I hope you got something out of this. I'm going to be putting out a more detailed email today. I'll put a few links. I'll put a link to this meeting as well, so you can go over it, and it may trigger some thoughts. And we want to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Email me. You can text me anytime. You have 1 hour of free time with me every week. We can use that time to discuss what you want to do, build a plan around what you want to do, and start executing so you don't suffer through this market because it is a tough market. I'm expecting a lot percent drop in agents is going to be a helpful tool, but they are saying that 60% of agents in Illinois, I'm sorry, 60% of brokers in Illinois need to renew in a week and have it. So we're looking at a 60% drop, 50, 40% drop in agents alone. Those are people who will probably be someone you might want to talk to because there is a way for them to get busy. And I hope you get busy too. Anytime you need me, just give me a call and we'll go from there. I'm glad you showed up for me. And if there's anything we can do, Libby and I will find a way. You have a good afternoon and we'll talk again next week. Bye now.